right. Thanks for watching Underground is Female. Today I have Ems with us today.
Hey guys.
How are you doing, Ems?
I'm doing great. I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yes, amen. I'm so glad you could make it on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, love. So, you are from Miami, Broward?
Yeah, well, I was born in North Miami Beach, but I was raised right here in Broward County, Florida, right down the street.
Okay, dope, nice. So as someone who's from Broward and you also are into like interviewing and broadcast journaling, I wanted to have you come on the show because I know that your style is a little bit like different from mine, even though we do enjoy and love the underground scene and music, you know.
Yes.
So I just wanted to have you on the show to talk about that and to kind of just, you know, shed light on the fact that we could be doing the same thing and we can still support each other.
Of course.
Like we don't have to view each other, you know,
of course,
as competition or anything like that. If anything, we can learn and grow from each other and feed off of each other's energy.
Absolutely. That's vital in this industry, is being able to grow with each other and not like being like crabs in a barrel.
Exactly. And especially as women, I feel like people need to see like women unity, women coming together from like all backgrounds, cultures, races, like just to see that unity and it's for it to be genuine, I think
it's powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful because I think people could tell when there's like unity kind of being forced and then when it's like genuine.
Natural. Yeah.
So, broadcast journaling, so how did you get into that? Like, what made you want to get into that?
Well, when I was younger, when I was extremely young, I was in preschool, graduating, going into kindergarten. The staff of the school had actually asked my parents if I could host the kindergarten, like, or preschool graduation. And I didn't know it then, but I, like, you know, me hosting the graduation, like, I didn't think that that would be like the path that I would take, you know, career-wise, you know. So, you know, that's pretty much like how I got into it. But, you know, graduating high school, I always thought I was going to be in the medical field. So, but I'm not good at math, like, at all.
Me either.
So,
only when it comes to my bank account.
Period. That's all that matters, you know. So I was just like, I love to talk. I love being around people. I love, you know, being a light in places that I go. So I just decided that, you know, maybe journaling and would be like the best thing for me because, you know, I love to write and everything. So everything, like all of my strengths were in broadcast journalism.
Or like you also like to host events and things like that. And I think when under like a good circumstance, I feel like you can run the event like really, like, you know, when you have good people to work with, like
absolutely,
it's all really about
the staff, you know, like if everyone's on point, if everybody is on the same page, if communication is clear, then, you know, the event is going to run exactly how you planned it, you know, because everybody is on point, everybody's doing their job.
And I think even when I've been to events and it's like more of a laid back kind of vibe and it's not so much structure, I feel like I've still been able to see you like hold it down.
You know, I mean, I try my best. Like, honestly, whenever I host events, I just try to have fun, you know, and I don't really try to think about it too much. Think of like to stress, because at the end of the day, like, we are all doing what we love. So we have to remember that, you know, this, like, you know, there's going to be issues, there's going to be problems, but I love what I'm doing. So I'm going to thug it out and I'm going to, you know, make it work.
So did your love for music like come into that? Like,
well, I always had a really strong love for music, you know, all my life. But when I was in high school, particularly my junior year, I really dove into music heavily. Like, a lot of my friends around me were into music. They were artists themselves. So it was kind of like, it was really easy for me to like do music journalism because, you know, that's what I was surrounded by. Like, every one of my friends, like, you know, had something going on in the music industry, and I wanted to, you know, help them, be like a liaison for them, you know, in the music industry.
Okay, so fast forward like 10 years, 8 years. How long has it been since then? Since you first decided to become broadcast journalist?
When I first decided, maybe my senior year, so like 3 years.
3 years. Okay, so what does that look like now? Like your broadcast journaling, and tell me like what your style is and.
Well, broadcast journalism, people tend to think that that's like newspaper articles and stuff like that, which it is. It definitely is, or like a TV anchor, which it absolutely is. But in this day and age with social media, broadcast journalism has skyrocketed to different levels and different, you know, like anybody could be a broadcast journalism with Instagram. Anybody could be a, you know, with all of the social media outlets that we have now. So pretty much my style is like, I just use my Instagram, I use my social media platforms to showcase my journaling, like to showcase my style, whether that's me hosting an event, posting regular posts, doing write-ups, or, you know, dancing, you know, so any avenue I could journal through social media. So I just decided to take all of those platforms and all of my talents and my abilities and really push them with that broadcasting it on via my social media journal. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think that's kind of like the shift that we're moving in, like millennials, our generation is going to be able to use it. And I think I've even found myself like, okay, how am I going to maneuver like my worlds? Like all of the things I want to do, like combine them somehow and to kind of not care like, oh, what is it going to view from this group if I post this, or from these group of people, are they going to view me like this because I'm posting this on a different social media account? And kind of like when I first started doing what I'm doing, it sounds like what is going on with you, it seemed a little bit different. And then now you're just like kind of like melting, or like putting the worlds together. And just being like, this is me, this is M's, like this is what I bring to the table, and that's what's gonna make you unique.
Exactly. Like I can't what's the word that I'm looking for? Oh, I can't try to dumb down my content or try to like please everyone else. So I have to do what I'm happy with doing. If I want to post a certain thing that might offend someone, I'm sorry that offended you, but this is my
you don't have to follow
account.
Me.
You don't have to follow.
Like
you could close your eyes or tap. You could skip. Like you could. There's a lot of features on. There's a lot of features on social media. If you see something that offends you, like that, you can easily like just like Young Miami said, block and delete. Like
it's so true. Like I try, like when I'm on social media, just in general, like I try not to comment on things like if it's not going to really produce any kind of change. You know, I don't want you're gonna know what I'm passionate about. I don't have to be arguing or saying offensive things to people online for you to know what I stand for. Like you're gonna know that just because of the content and the type of things I tweet out or post on Instagram, you know. So I feel like it's very true. Like if I don't agree with someone what they're posting, maybe it's not that I don't fuck with them, it's just I don't like certain things that they post, so I'll just mute them. Like, and that's it.
Period.
Like, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you
and
how to live
argue.
your life.
Like so people like that tit for tat stuff. You know? So I
feel like it's just social media has given people the audacity and like the right that they think that they could just tell people whatever and like come off to people, because if 90% of the people wouldn't come up to you and say these things in person.
Never.
So I totally get what you're saying. Just a block and delete. That's it.
Like, I don't see it.
So, but that's beautiful, because what it sounds like is that you're coming into your own and you're just owning yourself, and you're like, this is me, this is what I have to show the world, and you either like it or you don't, and I'm still gonna be me.
Period.
So I think that's beautiful. And so you also mentioned that you dance. So how does dancing kind of like tie into your life and
Well, I'm a journalist, so I guess you could say that when I started dancing, I really wanted to see something. You know, like I was just trying to see something, and I did. Like, so I mean, and also along with that, dancing, you know, I love dancing. Like I grew up dancing. And also I wanted to make money. So I mean, everything just kind of sounded so good to me, you know. I get to have this experience, I get to make money, and I get to dance and work out at the same time, you know, like, and nobody can tell me anything because I'm getting money, like, you know. And so
as long as you feel like I was having a conversation with another woman about like this conversation, and I told her, as long as you feel happy like about what you're doing, then you do it. Like, and it doesn't matter. Like, the problem for me that when it comes to like sex work or like exotic dancing is when the woman doesn't want to be there. Like, she feels like shit when she goes into work, out of work. Like that happens, but that's when I'm like, okay, you need to start working towards
the bigger picture.
Something else. Yeah,
yes.
like working towards getting yourself out of that.
Yes.
You know, because I know a lot of women who work in the sex industry and sex work, and like yourself, it's like I genuinely enjoy doing this. Like it may not be there forever. Maybe it's like something temporary that you enjoy doing, like any other job or career or hobby that people pick up and do. But right now, it fits your lifestyle and you like doing it.
Yeah.
And you're young and beautiful, so why not?
Why not? Why not, man? Y'all come see me.
So it's like, to be real, like you love dancing, you love the money, but like what is it like? I know there has to be like just men who, because I think that's what makes it, that's what I feel like. Let me compose myself. I feel like men make comments about women working in the sex industry like, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing that if you don't want men to touch you. Like, what you think is going to happen if you being a sex worker? Like, if you, no, like, you are paying, and when you pay, like, you get the service. Like, you don't just because I'm dancing on stage doesn't mean you could do whatever the hell you want to me. Like, just because you're paying for this private service doesn't mean you could do whatever you want to me. Like, this is a respect. Just like when someone walks into Walmart, they can't just talk to the cashier however the hell they want. Like when someone walks into, there's still guidelines of respect you have to have as a human being for what you're doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I'm sure you deal with that. So what is your experience? Like, how do you deal with those experiences when you have those entitled men that think like that? Or women. I don't know if a woman has crossed you like that.
Listen, when a nigga come in the club and he try to act like, you know, most of the time, like, niggas who will, like, try to approach you or try to, like, you know, violate you, be broke. Like, be broke. Because a nigga who got it, he ain't gonna have to do all that. It's just really knowing the difference between a real nigga and a fake one. Like, you know, so you just really, like, if somebody try you on that funny shit, you just, kiki back with them, you know? Like, I don't even let it faze me, because the moment that I let it faze me, they've won. You know what I mean? They've already won over me. They've already, you know, gotten, obviously they violated me to get me upset, to get me there, you know? So if I show them that, then they win. Like, and no, I'm winning. Like, you know, like, this is a gift to you, like, to come see me this way. Like, you know what I mean? So, fuck you. Like, and that's just how I feel about that, you know?
For sure. And so you also do court reporting, right?
Yes.
So I think one thing that when I have first met you and like other people had told me is like that you're just really, you have a really professional persona. Like you know how to kind of like morph into like whatever place, exactly, your environment. And I think like that, because when I had somebody who found out that you hosted an event for me, and then they found out, that you were like, oh, come visit me for dancing, like, because that was my birthday too. You're like, oh, come visit me, like, at the club, blah blah. And then the person was so surprised. He was like, oh wow, she's really like, she holds herself together. Like this person never would have guessed in a million years, you know.
I just look at myself as a brand and a business person. You know, like, I'm all about professionalism and time and place for everything and stuff like that. Like, I'm not gonna let one of my jobs get in the way of my other jobs, because at the end of the day, like, I need those sources of income to survive. So, I mean, I have to be professional. I can't be out here like, I just can't be out here like that. Like, you know, just gotta be like, I really take a lot of pride in my appearance and my you know, the way that I move. Like, I really,
girl, it's because you're a Virgo. I'm a Virgo too. I feel you.
But yeah.
So how did you get into court reporting? Like what?
Well, you know, court reporting also is like a step into journalism. So I was like really blessed and fortunate to have come across that. And actually my pastor was the one who offered me the job as a court reporter, because, you know, he had always been like my mentor growing up and stuff. And, you know, he was working with this great company, so he just extended the offer to me. And he didn't know that I was pursuing journalism, but I mean,
that's how things work.
That's how God works. That's how God works. So, you know, I do that. I do the court reporting, and I love it. Like, I love every minute of it. Like, I wouldn't change my life for nothing. Like, I wouldn't, you know, I'm so blessed
Yes.
Like, so blessed and so thankful for everything that has come across my path. Like, once I really started, you know, focusing on the bigger picture and focusing on my future, like, everything really just started coming. That's
so what happens. Like, I had put a post up today, or was it today? I don't remember. But I posted it, and it said something about, like, letting go. And it was just, like, when you let things go that no longer serve you in your life, like, and you become aligned with, like, what's supposed to be in your life and what you're working on and what you're doing, like, that's when your life is going to begin to flourish. And it's like, when you just do what you want to do and you're like, okay, you allow yourself to just come in and out of things, like, that's when you're going to feel this. Like, you're going to be like, I love what's going on in my life right now. I love what I'm doing, because you're going with the way that things are supposed to go. Like, nothing is supposed to be stagnant. Like, nothing in nature is stagnant. When it's stagnant, it dies. So, you know, like flowers, trees, birds, like, everything has a cycle, and we live and we die. Everything lives and dies. So it's good that you're allowing that to happen in your life. And so what do we have to look forward in the future with Ems?
Well, you guys, definitely be on the lookout for me, because mark my words, I'm going to be signed by a major production company by the end of this year. Like, I will definitely be signed by a major production company. So, I mean, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you're following me there. I post a lot of content there at Live with Ems. That's LIVEWEMS. Live with Ems or Live Wims, you know, I give both. So, you know, make sure you're following me on there, and to keep up with me, keep up with my journaling. You know, I post a lot of content on Instagram. So if you want to see what I'm doing, you want to see where I'm at, what I got going on, Instagram is the place to find me.
Check her out. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow, like, you know, all that good stuff. And have a good one.
Bye, guys.